Guys, I want to take a second and talk about a topic that's come up quite a bit, and it's why we should, as the community, and the community can be however you describe it, call out bad actors in the community. So we're going to talk about Umar Johnson specifically, but this applies to others as well. Why should we, as Black people, Americans, call out scam artists and potential con artists like Umar Johnson? Why should we do that? And is it the right thing to do? I want to use these two comments from my most recent video on Umar Johnson. Let me bring this in. And the brother says this: even if Umar was scamming, we need to start thinking as a nation and stay on code as Black people. How on earth are we going on a Jewish white man's platform and let him talk down on a Black man about a school that was solely for Black people? Would a Jewish man ever allow a Black man to talk down on another Jewish man that's building a school for European Jewish peoples? All right. There's a lot of problems here. There's just a lot of problems with this logic. But even more than that, Black people are so forgiving. Black people are so willing to give, duck, and cover for other people, Black people who are doing wrong. It's almost become a trope. That's why people don't take us seriously, because they think that we're not willing to call out bad actors. And I believe he's talking about Jamar being on the Vlad podcast. Whatever, man, forget that. Why are you so caught up in that and not looking? He literally says in the beginning, even if Umar is scamming. Wait, are you willing to give that up? You're willing to give up the position that the guy is scamming, and you're okay with that? Come on, my guy. No, and all the no's. No, we're not going to let them have that. We're not going to let them. You know what we're going to do?
Flag on each and every one of y'all.
No, we're not going to let them get away with scamming and say, well, even if they are scamming, it's okay. No, that's not okay. And for us to not say it, it doesn't matter where we say it, because I believe he was really perplexed about Jamar being on Vlad TV. That's beside the point. We need to call out the fact that this bad actor is dragging all of us down. He's making us all look crazy. If you don't call him out, you look like you're in compliance with him, that you're in agreement with him. And therein is the rub. Let's look at this other one as well. This gentleman said, brother, you are on the internet calling words, attempting to dish on him. I don't know what that means, but okay. He messed up, big deal. Big deal. We are not throwing any Black men away. No one cares about the money because he didn't mismanage it. Ask professional athletes how much money they have lost to scam artists. The laughs and amusement at another man's suffering is questionable when it comes to FBA brothers. I appreciate the information, but deliver it and let it go. Anyone who is in real estate knows that this happens about 5 times a day in our industry. He did not comply with regulations required to maintain the building. Fact is, he owns the building and did not mismanage the purchasing funds. He already has offers to purchase the building with assistance. Stop the sissy gossiping because the brother lost his way. All right. There's a lot of problems here. I mean, there's a lot. We're talking about athletes. We're talking about FBA. We're talking about this, people trying to buy the property. And all I want to talk about is whether or not Umar is a scam artist. That's all I want to talk about, is whether or not he scammed these people by collecting money for building. Now, nobody's arguing whether or not he got the building. Everybody agrees he got the buildings. The problem is he's not done anything with the buildings. And therein is the rub. If we're not willing as Black people to say, no, what Umar is doing is wrong, he should have gotten these buildings up and running. He should have accepted assistance from Jamar. He should have gotten assistance here. These things are not to pretend like he was going to start a school and he doesn't even have a hiring process. He's going to start a school for black boys, only black boys. Sir, that's not even legal. You can start a school for boys, but you can't say, oh, a white person can't come in. A Jewish person can't come. That's craziness. That's not going to work, sir. I don't even think, again, the long tail is that I don't believe the school was ever intended to start, but even longer or even more specifically, I don't think it could ideologically have started. Like, where are you going to find teachers that subscribe to Umar's teachings? Where are they? Are they lined up around the block? Have they sent in their resumes? Have they been vetted? Do you have what's the process? Who's the hiring manager here? Is it going to be Umar? As well as the principal, as well as the general contractor? Let's stop playing. Let's be also for real. This school was never going to start. So you can bring in FBA and NBA basketball players and real estate agents all you want. That's a moot point. Nobody's asking about that. We're asking about Umar and these 2, 3, 4 buildings that he has right here, and whether or not he really intended to start a school. That's all we're talking about. And the general consensus is no. My contention is that we as black people must be willing and have to have this hard conversation that he's wrong. And it's okay if other people hear it because they already see it. So we're not pretending like, oh, we got to do this in the corner. No, everybody can see it. Everybody see him, tear his draws. Everybody knows that he's a fraud. So there's no reason to pretend like he's not. Oh, we can't do this in front of white people. Who cares? Who cares? The issue at hand is whether or not the man was actually intending to start school. I contend that he was not. Prove me wrong. Show me where I'm wrong. That's it. And we have to be willing to say that, because if we don't show that we're serious about our community being the black community, black Americans, if we don't show that we're serious about it and we're willing to call out bad actors in our community, what makes you think that other people are going to take us seriously? What makes you think that other people are going to take us seriously when they see bad actors in our community and they're like, well, y'all are not calling them out. You're not willing to call out these people, so y'all are not serious. And that becomes the narrative. Y'all are not serious because y'all are bad actors exist in your community. Well, we would quickly say no, but why are we allowing it then? Call out Umar and say Umar needs to go sit himself down. If he's done something illegal, then he needs to be held accountable for that. If he's just done poor management, he doesn't need funding and support until further notice. Go have yourself a seat, sir, and get a job. Here's a job application. If we're not willing to do that, then what are we really doing? Because please keep in mind, school is in session every day. So the children that you quote unquote wanted to train and educate at the FDMG school are watching how you behave right now. And if they see that y'all playing footsie with a scam artist potential, if they see you playing, hopscotch with potential con artists, what are they going to believe about you? That you're not serious? But you'll hold other people accountable. You'll say Vlad can't do this or Johnny and Sally, they can't do this, but we don't hold ourselves to the same standard. Be for real. Be for real. We're playing games. So no, we need to say Umar is out of pocket. We need to say that. So you can sit there and say, brother, all you want to, and we need to unify and this, that, and the other to you blue in the face. You're just going to be blue in the face and still wrong. Umar needs to be called out by the community. Black people need to be okay with saying Umar is wrong. It's okay to say that. There's nothing wrong. You're not going to no, he's wrong. He should have had now, could he have had a system in play? Sure, but nobody's seen it. So I think it's fair to say that he doesn't have it. He doesn't have a system in place. He doesn't have a written out game plan. He doesn't have a written out vision for the school. No way in the world. No way. Like where were you going to get this Pan-African curriculum from? Where was that? Where was that going to come from? Were you going to be freestyling this? What was the plan? So because people can't ask those questions, that's why you should say, nah, we don't need to support this. You can think that Umar is a good person, but you can still say, nah, the way you're going about this is wrong, sir. There's nothing wrong about saying, no, you're wrong. You're out of pocket. You need to have this written down, a very clear vision that somebody can read and understand what you're trying to do. They need to understand this. And by the way, please explain that you've overcome the legalities of having a school only for Black boys. You're going to have to show me how you've already overcome that legal hurdle that you're going to walk right into it. Even if you got the certificate of occupancy today, and you open up the school for Black boys, you would be getting sued tomorrow because some white boy is going to try to get in and you're going to say no. And that's going to be crazy time. So show us that you've already overcome this. Like, how are you going to hire these people? What is your plan for hiring teachers that believe in this Pan-African vision that you have? Do you have a plan? Do you have a vision? Where is it? So, no, it's okay. It's perfectly okay to call out bad actors in the community. There's nothing noble about leaving a bad actor in the community without being challenged. I'll go as far to say that probably ruins the community far more. Matter of fact, it actually has ruined the community far more than trying to isolate or kick out or call out bad actors in the community. Leaving bad actors in the community is far worse. And most of us know this. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Until next time, everybody, grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.